Think about your daily drive to work. You're constantly processing a massive amount of information, predicting pedestrian movements and adjusting to traffic flow, and making split-second decisions in the rain. When you rely entirely on your own human intelligence, you maintain total hands-on control of the vehicle at all times. Every turn of the steering wheel and check of the mirrors is entirely on you. The trade-off here is biological. We get tired, we have physical blind spots, and our reaction times can drop. If you get on the highway and switch on a self-driving feature, you are using artificial intelligence. This is total task replacement. The machine takes over, independently handling the speed, maintaining the distance to the car ahead, and staying centered in the lane. The critical catch is that you are completely removed from the execution loop. That works perfectly for the highly repetitive task of highway cruising, but it struggles the moment something unpredictable happens on the road. There is a third model, Augmented Intelligence. Think of this as your driver assist features, the blind spot monitors and collision alerts. These tools act as sensory multipliers, while you keep your hands firmly on the wheel. The distinction between these three models comes down to the role you play in the execution loop, regardless of the underlying code. You see a lot of headlines pushing a man versus machine narrative, making it sound like algorithms are coming for your desk. But that framing misses the point entirely. The actual practical choice organizations and workers face today is deciding between task replacement, which is pure AI, and task support, which is augmented intelligence. If you choose full task replacement for processes that inherently require a human touch, the result is alienated and frustrated customers trying to reason with a chatbot. On the flip side, if you avoid machine assistance entirely out of fear or stubbornness, you end up with burned-out employees trying to manually outpace software. Surviving in your career and succeeding in business depends entirely on accurately categorizing your specific tasks for the right level of automation. To figure out exactly what belongs to the algorithms and what stays on your desk, we have to run a side-by-side evaluation of capabilities. Let's look at this comparison table. On the machine side, their first major operational advantage is data ingestion. They can take in massive amounts of information at speeds completely impossible for a biological brain. They also have infinite endurance. Algorithms operate continuously, chewing through data without ever getting tired or experiencing a drop in performance. And when it comes to repetitive tasks, they execute with flawless, reliable accuracy every single time. But the machine domain has a hard limit. They have absolutely zero capacity for creative problem solving or understanding context outside of their strict programming parameters. Therefore, the ideal workplace use case for full artificial intelligence is clear: processes that require high data volume, exact replication, and absolutely no margin for error. Applying machine speed to these back-end manual workflows results in immediate outperformance.
Humans simply cannot compete with that pace. Because machines absolutely dominate scale and repetition, you have to aggressively pivot your daily efforts towards strategy and oversight. That brings us to our side of the table. Humans bring unique cognitive advantages to a workflow that algorithms simply cannot replicate. First, we can generalize information. We can take a single, isolated piece of data and instantly understand the broader conceptual reality it represents. We also have the advantage of pure creativity. We devise novel solutions to entirely new problems and communicate those findings organically to our peers. Then there is emotional intelligence. We can interpret and adapt to the subjective reactions of other people in real time, a critical skill for customer service or caregiving. We do have trade-offs. Our empathy and creativity are highly subjective. They cannot be easily scaled across massive datasets, and our energy heavily depletes by the end of the day. So any task requiring genuine human connection, like customer care, negotiating, or nuanced team leadership, must remain firmly under human control. Machines cannot synthesize empathy. To put this into practice, let's map out a framework you can use right now to audit your daily tasks and assign the correct intelligence model. This decision tree starts with a simple audit.
Look at the left branch. Ask yourself, does this specific task require high data volume, exact repetition, and zero empathy? If it meets those strict criteria, the optimal business decision is full task replacement. Hand it off entirely to software. Now look at the other side. Does the task require generalizing abstract concepts, creative output, or human-to-human connection? If it involves nuance or empathy, you map it for task support. You augment the workflow with collaborative intelligence, keeping yourself firmly in the driver's seat. A quick warning for managers. If you choose the left side of the tree and fully automate a process, you must simultaneously build human escalation protocols for when the system inevitably encounters a unique edge case. Applying this framework forces an honest, necessary assessment of your workflow. It reveals whether your current job relies too heavily on manual labor that is easily automated. The modern workplace sweet spot is the active combination of your human strengths working alongside a helping hand from our machine counterparts. Augmented intelligence tools act as capability multipliers. They allow us to visualize data and understand the world in ways that would be biologically impossible on our own. The cost of this capability multiplier is continuous learning. You have to constantly update your knowledge to master new driver assist style tools specific to your industry. By adopting these tools, you are not setting yourself up to be replaced. Instead, you are positioning yourself to thrive as a highly specialized, machine-enhanced expert. Strategic machine partnerships elevate human potential, turning software from a threat of replacement into a permanent capability boost.